This week on Undercover Boss Canada, the president of one of the nation's biggest sports and entertainment venues, Northlands, works undercover on the front lines. In the process, Richard Anderson gets hit with harsh realities.
I don't get a chance to, say something to someone that makes a difference.
We never get Christmas parties, but upper management always does.
A lot of tools that we have are ancient.
And when his secret work week is up, he'll resume his old role and summon the hard workers he's met to HQ. And when the boardroom door closes, what happens next takes everyone by surprise.
That is so great.
Awesome.
With the world economy in a fragile state, top corporations must adapt to survive. The bosses of some of Canada's biggest companies are about to take extreme action. To stay ahead of the game, they're going undercover in their own organizations. Northlands is a sprawling multi-million-dollar operation with 160 acres of fairgrounds, conference facilities, and sporting arenas, including Rexall Place, home to the Edmonton Oilers. 4 million visitors pass through the company's gates every year. But the challenge is to hang on to those visitors during a time of change and growth. And Richard Anderson is watching the bottom line.
When I first came on board, what I really wanted to do above everything was evaluate the various aspects of our business, from financial to operations. And then from there, began to make some decisions for the future. Change has probably been the most challenging piece for myself, because with change, there's always some collateral damage. Northlands was founded by a small group of original pioneers back in 1879. So they had a fair in which the total revenue the whole weekend was something like $250. And from those roots, Northlands grew to be an organization that's now one of the largest and certainly oldest in Canada. I've been in this role now for the past 3 years. I grew up in this fishing camp in Central Florida as a child, moved to North Florida when I was about 5 years old. Tragically, my father died when I was 9, and that left a huge hole in my life. My mother did the best she could to raise me, but at about age 12, she realized that I needed more discipline, so I went off to a private military school for 5 years, where I lived until I graduated from high school. For a large part of my life, I really struggled with my own identity. As I look back, I understood that the world was about being successful, and successful meant faster car, bigger house. And over time, I've been able to realize that I'm not better than anybody else, but I'm valuable. I recently became a grandfather. My oldest daughter presented me with my first grandchild, and she's become the love of my life.
Look at that smile on it.
As a person, I'm clearly driven. I clearly want to be a part of something that's making a difference. As we share this vision of the new Northlands, I'm really interested in understanding, how's that information filtering down to those on the front line? Are they getting it? Do our staff have the tools they need to be effective in the roles they're working in?
To drive the organization forward, Richard Anderson is taking unprecedented action. He's going to adopt a secret identity so he can work in disguise.
I'll be assuming the identity of Sandy Johnson, the former school bus driver who was laid off and needs to transition to a different career. I'll be posing as a new employee who's been followed by a film crew making a documentary series about the event industry. I'll be leaving the boardroom and corporate life behind, living the lifestyle just like any entry-level employee would.
Wow, Dad.
That's unbelievable.
We don't get the good pasta down south.
He had just totally changed and morphed into a new person.
Before he joins the front lines, Richard has called his executive team together. They're completely unaware of his plans.
I have one job, and that's to do what's in the best interest of Northlands. Morning.
Oh, you've gained some weight.
I have gained some weight. Thanks for noticing. Yeah. I'm actually going to go undercover to go to the front lines of our organization and work in some specific frontline roles. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to be, but I know they're going to be roles that I'm not familiar with. Hold the fort down. I know you will, and I'll see you in a few days.
Great.
That's great. Fun. Good luck.
I believe people see me as fair, as focused, as doing the right thing by them, and I want to make a difference in its community.
Coming up,
Whoa!
it's boss Richard Anderson's first day,
First saying that comes to mind is a duck out of water.
and he's already slipping.
That's my new patented move. Oh, baby.
And later, a crash course in catering. Richard Anderson used to have the top job at Northlands. Now, he swapped his tailored suits for extra padding to work undercover in the company he's responsible for running.
Tonight, I'm going to be working alongside one of our building attendants in our arena at Rexall Place. Boosting revenue is critical to our business, and the most important way we can do it in the arenas is to have as many events as possible. Hey, I'm looking for Myron.
Myron, nice to meet you.
Sandy Johnson, good to meet you.
For now, we can start converting for the concert.
Well, I'm ready to
Start with the
learn.
bleachers.
This will be all new to me, so
Great.
I'll follow you.
In a typical week, Myron will change over at least 4 different events at Rexall Place, starting with the removal of 1,200 seats. The crew is under pressure to get out by 7 a.m. to make way for the incoming roadies who will spend the day getting the performance ready.
Do you have steel toes on, right?
I do?
I'll get you some gloves. I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you. One of the things that struck me right away is the focus on safety, but I'm also wanting to dig further and make sure that the right practices are in place and that all the right tools are in place.
I think we can start on this row here.
All right?
All right. So the easiest way to do this is to just lift up on the seat.
Yep.
And then just drop right there. A little bit. There you go.
Oh,
It's kind of easier to grab the arm
yep.
and just gives you more leverage.
Gotcha.
Some of the tough ones you have to drop it. There we go.
All
We're
right.
going straight up. There we go. Great
Tell
job.
me how I'm doing.
I wish you was a little faster. Ready to push in some bleachers? Almost. There we go. Great.
It's not lost on me that these guys are younger and stronger, but when you look at the job that this staff is doing, this is hard work.
We have a lot of young kids here, and it's kind of hard to try to keep up with them. You want to have a race, Andy?
Yeah.
Let's have a race.
All right. I'm competitive by nature, and I immediately felt like I'm falling down. I got to hurry up. I don't want to pull these guys back. Can I say, on your mark, get set, go?
All right.
All right, I'll tell you when. On your mark, get set, go.
Oh, you're going stuck.
I got lucky.
One up on me.
I got lucky.
You learned the bleacher part pretty fast, but still a little bit slow. With the Rexall Place being as busy as it is, it's been a lot of long hours, 12-hour shifts. We have to do what we have to do.
Woo. Myron, that's not for the faint of heart. So how long you been working here, Myron?
I've been here for 15 years.
15 years. Wow.
I'll continue on here.
And no back injuries?
No back injuries, but I have a heart condition, so.
Do you really? Wow.
Yeah, I had a heart attack 3 years ago.
Wow.
Just from too much happening in my life at once.
Yeah.
Work 8 to 4 and back at midnight. This is very hard on my body. But now I'm back to full strength.
So clearly he's had some life changes. It sounds like he's healthy and vibrant now. Time is money, but I got to admit, part of my concern also is that we're not burning our staff out in the meantime. But I really want to look at the scheduling process we have. I couldn't do this 6 days in a row for sure.
How good are you at coiling hoses in a circle?
Well, I won 3rd place in my 5th grade elementary school class, so I don't know. I guess we're going to learn, aren't we?
Okay. Let's go a little bit neater here.
Well, I got a little curly cue in that one, don't I?
Sandy is definitely not our top guy. Let's go with the natural curve of it.
You're a good teacher, Myron.
Thank you.
Does this go somewhere now?
Yes, actually right by where they put the cupboards.
Do I get a passing grade on the curling?
Yes, you do. Great
right.
job. All right, this goes over here.
Some of these items that are moving around are quite heavy. There's some things I'm just looking at going like, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that. Makes me ready to get back into the office.
We need a lot of equipment, and right now our circular saw is missing. A lot of tools that we have are ancient, like 1970s. kind of pointless. Hacksaws with dull blades.
You put a list of these sort of things together, but
Yeah, nothing's been done.
this is physical work. It's got to be done quickly, and it's hard enough even when you have the right tools. So we need to make sure that the team we have here has everything they need to be efficient and effective and as safe as they possibly can be.
If you can scrape up all the snow and bring it towards the pit,
So how slippery is this ice?
it's pretty slick.
Yeah, you got.
You want to hold on to you?
Yeah, you got good sea legs, brother.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You got spikes on those shoes? Is
No,
that-
not at all.
The first saying that comes to mind is a duck out of water. How about that?
That's good.
That's my new patented move. Whoa, baby.
A lot of things happen on the ice. Taking out the glass, taking out the ice decking, or putting in the ice decking. Around here, we need somebody that can be versatile in that sense. What you're gonna do is just grab one side
Yeah.
and slide it over to this side on the right.
Looks a little dangerous.
And then you're sliding it just where this guy is here.
All right.
Sliding your feet help.
Yeah, I'm getting better at this. Whoa. These guys all know what they're doing, that's for sure.
I've done it a few times.
There's enough weight to these, that, especially walking on ice, it's quite awkward. This definitely takes some getting used to. This is an impressive job they do to get this down this fast.
To make room for the stage, 75 panels of plexiglass and 25 sections of arena rink boards also have to be removed. Myron's work ends once the stage footing is set up.
What do you do for fun?
I love Southern food.
Really?
I was telling my fiance we should go to Baton Rouge.
Right near New Orleans?
Yeah. I'm actually getting married in August. They gotta save up for that one. It's getting a little
And that's
pricey.
going to be here right here in Edmonton? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll?
Ready to rock and roll.
I've been on my feet now for a good 6-7 hours. My dogs are barking. I am definitely tired.
Grace, that's it for us.
That's it?
It's into my shift.
All right.
Thank you for all your help.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks so much for your patience and training. You're great at what you do. I learned a lot tonight. Thanks, Myron.
Thank you, Sandy.
All right. There are several takeaways I had tonight about things we need to pay better attention to. We need to make sure our staff have the right kinds of tools to do the jobs they need, and that they have an opportunity to offer their suggestions and feedback to us as a management team. So we're going to look into that right away.
Coming up,
How did you stop this thing?
the flustered boss gets into hot water.
I'm going to get fired on my first day.
We wouldn't do that.
My first
We'd
and
wait till
last
your
day.
second day.
And later, a frustrated worker lays it on the line.
A sliding saw, but it's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
It broke.
Working undercover in his own organization is taking its toll on Richard Anderson, the boss of Northlands, a giant sports and entertainment complex.
Not quite as strong as you, brother. I couldn't do this 6 days in a row for sure.
Now he's about to start his second day on the job.
I'm going to have an opportunity to be working in our catering department with one of our catering supervisors. Our catering services reach out to a vast array of clients, everything from graduations for colleges and high schools all the way through commercial and corporate. In fact, in some weeks we can serve as many as 17,000 plated meals. Recently, we've just completed an overhaul of our guest services training, and I'm really interested to see how well everyone's doing with it. Tanya? You Tanya? Hey, Tanya.
There, how are you?
Hi, you. Sandy Johnson.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
I'm
Good to
Tanya.
meet you as well.
Every shift, Tanya conquers a massive 522,000 square feet of exhibition halls and catering facilities,
But if it's
stocking concession stands, schlepping trays, and training staff.
Of anything, we're doing an ice delivery right now to
All right.
Hall B. You take the shelf here, as you can see. And,
Let me just set that up on the...
yeah. You want to put the other bin underneath?
All righty.
Training can be intense because not every function is the same here.
Does Northlands have formal training?
Yes, they will do 1 day of training of just theory, and then they'll do another day of training where it's hands-on.
Thank you.
Hi, sorry, thank you. Well, if you look around at
I
the
see
booths,
11,
you'll see
yeah.
little numbers and
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like that
yeah.
on their drapes
And
or
what's the
somewhere
number we're looking
posted.
for?
1559.
1559. All
Yeah.
right, I'm with you.
So let's not run anybody over.
All right. Excuse me.
Oh, beautiful.
Excuse me.
So you guys get an ice delivery apparently at 4 o'clock?
Oh,
that's nice of you. Yeah, I think we just need one.
You just need one today?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Tanya carries herself in such a professional manner. She's confident. It's exciting to see that.
So now we're gonna go back to the servery.
All right. Man, this place is busy. Goodness gracious.
Yes, that's good, that's good. We want to see it busy.
It is
More
big,
patrons, the better.
All right. How many kilometers you think you walk in a day?
In an 8-hour day, I can probably walk about 10 kilometers.
That's when my heart started beating. Are you kidding me?
You could just work with Sandy and show him the coffee. I just gave him the rundown.
Yeah?
Yes, please.
I'll do whatever you tell me to, including stay out the way.
Just grab another big.
Of this?
Yeah.
All right. You want me to dump it in there?
Yeah. Oh, the big one. Not the half pot.
It's not rocket science.
How did you stop this thing? Yeah, look.
He's definitely got to be a little bit quicker. He has the potential to do it. He just needs training.
All right.
Okay, and I'll be
Catastrophe avoided. So I'm gonna get fired on my first day.
back. We wouldn't do that.
My first
we
and
wait
last
till your
day.
second day.
Yeah. Based on this first experience, I could never be a barista.
Eunice, you're signed in. You're in exhibitor reception hall B. Okay. Don't forget, we're all squared up on our breaks too.
So you do all the scheduling too?
No, I don't, but I have to sign in my staff and sign them out.
Wow.
If we don't get a big crowd like we anticipate, we'll shift staff around to other places where we need help.
I'll tell you what, this was a lot more than just lifting and moving. You gotta use your brains.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I like to think I have a brain.
Yeah, I'll bet you do. I ain't got no doubt about that. Man, as I'm sitting here watching her juggle the schedules, all I'm thinking about is the guy that's throwing 5 balls at the fair. Did you ever run track or anything? Because you can move. There's no chance I could do a job like this. Are you kidding me? You ain't used to having nobody run along with you, are you?
No.
Now, you got speed and age on me, young lady. I can't leap tall buildings in a single bound, and that's what I felt like I was doing. This lady can roll. Hopefully, I'll be able to stay within 100 yards of you for a couple of minutes.
A lot of the time, we're on the go. We don't have time to be, just sauntering and taking our time from this location and that location. Oh! Ah, hit the bump.
Whoops. My first thought was, I didn't do it. The experience has been different than what I would have expected. I expected to learn some things, but this is a busy, taxing job.
Yeah, staff get a little overwhelmed because training is continuous. I've worked here almost 4 years, and every day it's a different venue.
Yeah.
Different environment, different people. There are days where we do sometimes work 15, 16 hours, but the nice part is when I've had my personal issues, my staff support me. When my staff have issues, personal issues, I support them.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a helping hand sometimes.
Somebody's down on their luck.
And I've been on my own since I was 15.
Yeah.
So I left with clothes on my back. Yeah, I left with clothes on my back. I never looked back. Never went back.
Just felt like you needed to get away to...
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And then I met my husband.
How old were you when you met him?
17.
17. You got married when you were 17?
Yeah,
That's young.
so we had 3 kids, and then we stayed together for 16 years.
16 years,
and
it just didn't work
things didn't work out, and we went our separate directions. And I ended up here in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I want to be a CSM, a Client Services Manager, which involves 2 years training in university. I don't know if Northlands will provide me with training for that or not, but I'm not worried. So if I have to do this alone, so be it. It just makes myself more proud of myself.
What do you do for fun?
Spring's coming, so it's hunting season going to be coming up, and because I don't really have time with my kids. My hobby is going out to the bush to peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we have to go shut down that reception now.
Appreciate you taking a bit of a break with me. She's a very bright individual. Love to help her bring some of that out. Thank you. It's been a great day. Enjoyed working with you, Tanya.
I will see you again. Right. Thank you.
Take care. We need to work harder, enhance the training, and then for sure, we can build on that.
Coming up, the boss gets it straight from the horse's mouth.
Cheese marks. They hate this. All depends if he likes the taste of it, eh?
Constantly.
Oh, okay.
And later, the customer's always right.
No, it's a cheeseburger.
It's Richard that's wrong.
She said it was supposed to be a grilled chicken. Take that out of my paycheck. Last time I made a sandwich to go to work had to be 35 years ago.
It's Thursday, and boss Richard Anderson is about to start his third day of secret company surveillance.
Today I'm going to be working in the maintenance department with our carpentry staff. Maintenance is critical to our overall success, and 160 acres is a lot to manage. So I want to make sure that we're providing them with not only the tools, but the support they need.
You Danny?
Hi. Yep.
Hi.
Sandy?
Good to see you, Sandy. Sandy Johnson, pleasure.
Do you want to take your coat off?
Any place to just set it over here on the table, or?
Yeah, I got mine on the table.
All right, well, hey, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me.
Right on.
Danny's one of 2 carpenters who maintain all 14 buildings on the Northlands site. Today, he'll be training Richard on repairs for the horse barns and racetrack.
What are we cutting them for?
So anyway, Sandy, what we're cutting these for is over at the barns area. The planking gets eaten by the horses and sometimes kicked up too. And we're going to replace them because what it does is it protects the horse's hoof when he back kicks, because behind this is a cinder block wall. And a horse can put their hoof through a cinder block wall quite easily, and it only injures the horse or ruins their shoe gear. Anyway, there's only a little bit of the wood coming off. You see how it's going to tip on me?
Yes, sir.
I just want you to steady that other end.
All right.
I have a sliding saw, but it's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
It's broke.
Our goal is to make sure all our staff have the tools they need to be effective. Clearly, there's some equipment issues here, and I want to make sure we as an organization are regularly checking these sort of things. You're doing this with less than you need, obviously.
Yes, every day.
Well, I look around in here, I got to tell you, it looks really neat and clean anyway.
Thank you, because we just did that too. We've been doing that for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, steady, and I've been trying to do it for over almost a year. I've asked for a couple of things, and I've not gotten them yet, so why ask for a couple of more things? So what I thought I'd do is do this shop up really nice, and maybe that'll impress them to maybe act on buying new machinery. So you think you'd be comfortable measuring one out, cutting it?
I will try.
Yeah?
As long as you don't fire me if I do it wrong.
I'm too nice of a guy.
Okay. How long you been doing this, Danny?
12 years.
At Northlands?
Yeah.
Were you a carpenter before?
No, sir. I was a billing attendant for about 17 years, which I drove Zamboni, made the ice, all that stuff.
So how long you been at Northlands?
25 years.
25 years. I'm really impressed. He's been here 25 years and done different things. You can just feel this man cares about this organization and cares about doing a great job. I love that. You need to do anything else with that thing?
Bungee cord.
Bungee cords. Did you ever bungee jump?
No.
I tried it once. I got as far as thinking I was going to do it. I didn't do it, though. Holy cow.
No way, I'm not doing it.
Jeez, oh, man. Well, what do you do for fun?
I don't really do the sport thing much, but my wife and I love to travel.
Yeah?
I'm an outdoorsy guy, right? And I always did like animals. The bigger and the more fierce they are, I want to see that. Like, I'd like to see a black panther.
I'll be damned.
Especially in their element. I don't want to see it in a cage.
Look, cheese marks. They ate this. See?
So you mean to tell me them horses go all the way up there and chew on that?
Mm-hmm. All depends if he likes the taste of it.
Constantly, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're going in there
So-
to do 22s. The diversity here and the events, everything changes. You don't know what you're going to end up doing. I mean, and this is just one part of Northlands, right? I could be from hay to ice to building something in the shop.
You the man, Danny.
Yeah. Like, there's all kinds of things to do here, so that's what makes it adventurous, fun. We're going to go down another shed row. Check this out. 2 horses. They ate all that out. This is what happens, right? We get far behind. I got 30s on planes. I understand the monetary thing and all this, the money, right? But when you have 2 guys, it's very difficult to get to everything in this very large establishment, especially with the functions of the building. You're gonna get lots of damage when you got concerts and hockey games and stuff like this, right? Animals coming into your building and stuff like that every day of the week. And then here, they all gotta be done, right?
In the past, I've worked with 7 carpenters in the shop. You do the math.
Do you get a chance to tell your boss,
No, we don't really
your boss
have-
that sort of stuff? Or?
No, we don't have a lot of employer meetings on that level. Is that a good way to say it? You know what I mean? Like
I hear what you're saying.
I'm not in a room saying, "Hey, we got to do this," or "Hey, we got to do that." I'm not in any of those rooms.
You don't get a chance to.
I can spill my guts to you or this guy over here or whatever, but I don't get a chance to, like say something to someone that makes a difference.
Coming up, tensions rise.
We have a CEO now. He seems like he knows what he's talking about and he knows what he wants, but we only see him during annual general meetings, and they happen to meet him in the hallway.
And later, after an uncomfortable week on the front lines, how will staff react when they're reunited with the man they thought was named Sandy?
Sandy.
We got to do this.
Richard Anderson, a boss undercover, has been getting an earful from Danny.
I feel my guts to you or this guy over here or whatever, but I don't get a chance to, like say something to someone that makes a difference, you know what I mean? We're going to head on over to Northlands Park, all right? Which is just over here. Watch your step. We'll travel the sidewalk over to the eye in the sky.
All right. That looks.
It's just a nice little view up here,
Looks a little slippery.
We had lots of snow, eh?
You know, if I'm just looking down, I could be walking up Mount Everest right here.
Honest to God, eh? Well, I didn't think there was this much up here.
Wow.
I thought they shoveled.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, man, there's lots of snow out there, eh?
Tell you what, that's
Okay.
enough to have an avalanche.
Anyway, we're up here to do an estimate on this ceiling, but I just want to show you that this is what, in fact, the eye in the sky. He'll stand here and he'll watch the race from up here, and he'll call the race from the start to the finish.
It's big.
Yeah,
My
it's
goodness,
huge.
It's huge.
Right? But you can see how I could get lost in the shuffle of the operations-wise, right? I don't know. How could I say it? You got to believe that things are going to be better. Things are going to change. You know what I mean?
But if I'm hearing you right, Dan, you're saying you want to believe it, but you need to be engaged.
Now, we're under a new realm. We have a CEO now. He seems like he knows what he's talking about and he knows what he wants, but we only see him during annual general meetings, and if you happen to meet him in the hallway and stuff like this, and I'm not walking up to him and telling him my problems, you know what I mean? I have to deal at a lower level, right?
It's too bad you couldn't, though, because that's...
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to burden the executive office with our problems when I believe the executive office should have people in place closer to me.
Yeah. Danny's saying he's not heard. It troubles me. I mean, he's a 25-year employee.
I see these consultants and these people that are going to make these changes, and we're going to bring these guys in, and they're going to change this around, right? We don't have a lot of faith in that because we've seen this happen time and time again, and the same thing happens. It goes out the door with the people that come in the door,
what you're saying. Sounds like communications going both ways could be better. So,
could be better, yeah. I don't think, you can't be putting a finger on this group or that guy or this group or that guy because it's supposed to be a team thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think we all got to get on the same page.
Yeah.
But I hope it works out in the end. Like I said, I don't know.
There's a reoccurring theme, and that is communication. It doesn't sound to me like it's working as well as it needs to, certainly top to bottom, but even more importantly, listening to key people like Danny and having a chance to really hear from them what we could do to become better. Oh, okay.
Great working with you today.
Oh, thank you, Danny. My pleasure. Thanks for your
time and patience with me.
And clearly, the tools that someone like Danny needs to do their job aren't what they should be. I'm committed to doing something about it, and we will.
Coming up, are staff getting Scrooged?
Like, we never get Christmas parties at all, but upper management always does.
Northlands President Richard Anderson is getting a big wake-up call.
How do you stop this thing?
And staff aren't holding back.
I can spill my guts to you, but I don't get a chance to, like say something to someone that makes a difference.
Today is going to be his last secret shift.
Today's the Home and Garden Show. It's one of our biggest conventions of the year, and I'm going to be working in our food services area. 25% of all the revenue we generate at Northlands comes directly from food service. I want to make sure these lines are moving and the experience our guests are getting is first rate.
Richard will be working with Angela. She typically spends an 8-hour shift on her feet, serving customers and cleaning a dozen concession stands. With the lunch rush on, there's no time for Angela to train her new server. She throws him right into the action.
Are you Angela?
Oh, yeah, that is your apron.
Hi, Angela. I'm Sandy. You're going to be training me today. Good to meet you.
You too.
The doctor is in.
All right, so you have to make it feel. Monster burger.
Monster burger. Is that where I am?
Yeah.
All right. Crispy chicken. All right.
And the Swiss for him?
Here you are, sir.
What's that?
He gets the crispy meal?
Yeah. Oh, the mushroom Swiss is here.
Oh.
I get another mushroom Swiss.
All right, sorry, my mistake. There you are, sir.
It's mushroom.
A lot of people have this conception that serving is an easy job and anyone can do it. You don't find a chance to sit down. You're working 8 hours straight before you even realize it.
This is the cheeseburger. All right.
Crispy chicken burger.
There you go, man.
Is that a grilled chicken?
Crispy, would you like?
No, it's a cheeseburger.
Grilled chicken.
Oh, sorry. She said it was supposed to be a grilled chicken. Blame that on the rookie. Take that out of my paycheck. Nobody wants to stand in a long line and not receive good service. I can do better. There you are, sir. Enjoy your lunch.
We have to go to my next location. I have other things to do. I've seen so many people just come in the first day and the next day they quit. You just have to be strong and work on it.
Do you feel like you know where Northlands is going? Do you get communicated with sort of the future?
No.
Do you care, or does it even matter? Or?
I do care because I work here, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
with us, it's like we are so below that they don't care, like, to appreciate us, you know? Like, we never get Christmas parties at all here.
Never get what?
A Christmas party.
Yeah.
But upper management always does. Every year we have to serve them.
Really?
You know?
Morale is everything. And all we really need to do as a management team is continue to give them good information and stoke that morale fire. So I think that's something that we'll take a good look at and see if there's some things we can add. We're going to have that chicken linguine with the mushrooms up in just a minute. You're having the penne? Well, I should just get right on that. You didn't come here for the show. You came here to eat. Sorry.
I'm enjoying our conversation.
All right.
He's doing way better with the pasta than Monster Burger.
How long have you worked here at Expo?
A long time.
How long?
4 years.
4 years? That's not long.
It's a long time.
Oh my gosh,
For a young person,
I drove a bus for 28 years.
28.
Yeah, so
That's longer than I've been born.
Yeah, really? Really? So were you born here in Edmonton? Where were you born?
Rwanda.
How long ago did you come here?
4 years ago.
You have brothers and sisters here?
Yep.
How many?
We are 5.
You're the oldest or youngest?
Second.
Second.
The oldest.
Second. You all live in different places, or?
Well, my mom had cancer and my little brother. And then my mom passed from cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How were you when your mama passed away?
I was 16.
16. So you ended up taking probably a role in helping raise your brothers and sisters. Yeah.
I was the mommy.
Yeah.
And my sister was the daddy.
Now, where's your daddy?
My dad passed away from heart failure and liver.
How old were you when that happened?
12 years old.
So that had to be really hard. My dad died when I was 9, and I was lost. You know, makes me tear up right now. Yeah.
I think when he passed away, that was like my breaking point because I was daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
I completely forgot, you know, what I was doing or why I was here. I really wanted to just put my arms around her. She's an amazing young lady with a lot of resilience, and that's one of the blessings of getting to do this that I had no idea would come up, is to have that kind of heart connection with somebody like that, and to see real life, see somebody living it and making the best of it. My father was the love of my life. I can still, feel his energy, and that's something that never goes away.
So do you still have family back in South Africa?
Well, they're not blood family, but
Yeah.
I call them family. I have like my white mother there.
Your white mother?
Yeah, she took care of us when like my mom passed, so she took that part and she made sure we were okay and everything, because she's in charge of the Cancer Association.
Oh, she is? She sounds like a really special lady.
I love her so much.
Yeah. I see that in your face.
I try to give money to her, like, most of the time, like to her charity.
You give money to her?
Yeah, you know, when you have a little extra, it's better to give than just blow it on one thing that you don't need, right?
Yeah. Didn't mean to pry yet. It's just such an amazing story. You had to grow up in a hurry and really be strong to do what you've done, huh? Yeah.
We have to, like, pack everything out. Sandy, when he started working, he was messing up all the orders. But as the day progressed, he's adjusted to it, so he could do this job.
I think we had a problem here, Angela.
Oh, just push it in front. There we go. That's it.
All right. Angela suggested that she doesn't feel like the staff in her position is necessarily being heard. Well, they got good ideas. We need to hear what they have to say, and then we need to filter that through and react where we can make it better for the organization and for our customers. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed working with you, and good luck to you.
When you come back, you will enjoy it. It's like a family here.
Thank you, Angela. Take care.
You too.
One takeaway I'm going to have from this week's experience is the stronger, deeper feeling of commitment that our staff has. And I clearly recognize we have to get better at communicating two ways.
Coming up, Myron, Tanya, Danny, and Angela are summoned to the boss's office.
So you have any idea why I wanted to see you today?
Maybe to fire me?
Yeah, that might be right, yeah.
Northlands President Richard Anderson is back in charge.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Had an amazing week. I did things I would have never imagined I was going to do. We converted Rexall from a hockey event to a concert. I also spent an entire day working in our facility operations with our carpentry team. I also learned a number of things that we have an opportunity to improve on. Many of them don't feel clearly heard or engaged in terms of their ability to give us feedback. And that's something we can really do a better job of. The other takeaway is tools. And not just the physical kind, but also just resources in general to be as efficient and effective as we'd like them to be. So you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, well, let's go do it.
Myron, Angela, Danny, and Tanya are on their way to meet their boss. They wore him down, but he's about to lift them up.
Hi, Danny. How you doing? So if you look really close.
Oh, I'm just shocked.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in. You have any idea why I want to meet with you this afternoon?
Maybe to fire me?
To fire you? What did you do, pray tell?
Told the truth.
I went undercover because I wanted to understand better what it's like for our key frontline staff, such as yourself. You did a great job, and I was really impressed. I appreciate you showing me the ropes, and I learned a lot. You shared with me that employees feel like they've lost a little bit of their connection in the past. I guess a number of years back is to have a holiday party, and that got discontinued. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're bringing that Christmas party back. Thanks for bringing that up.
It actually feels good that I got somewhere.
There's more as well. I obviously was really touched by your personal story, and I shared with you that when I was 9, my father passed away, and your circumstances were incredibly challenging. To grow up in Rwanda, to lose your dad, who is clearly the love of your life. And then, you know, right on top of that, within a few years, to lose your mom in a battle to cancer, and that you were there with her and you helped her work through that. It's an important thing. You donate so much of your money back to the Cancer Society. And what I want to do is we're going to make a $2,000 donation to the Cancer Society in Africa. We want to do that on your behalf. You're a difference maker, Angela. And I know how close you are to your, as you call her, your white mom, Angela. And it's been a long time since you've seen her, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
We want to arrange to fly her here.
Oh, wow.
And to spend a week with you and your siblings and put you up in a nice hotel.
You know, it's been so long that I feel so excited to see her. Yeah.
There are great things ahead for you, Angela. You're a fantastic young woman. You've overcome some real challenges in your life, and you'll be a game changer for the rest of your life. Great. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My white mother is very important to me because she raised me. I haven't seen her for like over 4 years, so I feel so bubbly inside and so happy.
Myron, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Good. Of the 10 worst employees you ever had work with you, did I fall right in that category?
You're up there.
Yeah, you know, it was a challenging job, you know, so I was really quite impressed with the way you and the team worked together.
One of the things that became really clear to me from our interactions was the tools we use are not up to par. And that's just not acceptable, and we're going to fix that. One of the things I want to do is I want to strike a task force, and I want you to be a central part of this task force, Myron. So we get the tools we need and get them into place where people can do the jobs they need to do. So would you be okay being a part of that task force and helping guide that?
I'll be all over that.
And then on a more personal note, you got a wedding planned, and one of the things I want to do is give you an extra week's paid vacation so you and the bride-to-be can really enjoy that time. And in addition to that, we're going to buy you and your bride-to-be 2 round-trip airline tickets and fly you to Louisiana. We're going to put you up in a nice hotel.
Wow.
And we're going to give you $1,000 spending money, too, for your honeymoon. So we want you guys to have a great honeymoon and really appreciate how dedicated and passionate you are.
That is so great, Richard. Thank you very much. Going back to work tomorrow, it's going to be great and positive. Can't wait to implement these new changes, and it's great to be recognized for the work I do.
Tanya, you make a difference. We're darn lucky to have you. You are amazingly talented, and I hope you really hear that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tanya, you want to become a senior manager, you
Yes.
know, and I want to help you be a part of that. We're going to set aside a $1,500 stipend, and I'd like to work with you personally on some specific classes you might take that would help you grow, and then as soon as possible move you into roles where you go way beyond even what your expectations are today. I think you have terrific potential.
Wow, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
So, in addition to that, you know, I know how much your family means to you. You know, and I know, you know, it's been challenging.
Oh, it is.
And so I want to give you an additional week's paid vacation.
Thank you, Richard.
And for that week, we want to put you up at a really nice Western Canadian outdoor fishing resort where you and your 3 kids can spend some completely unencumbered time together, enjoying the things you love to do most. So I hope that's something you're excited about.
That's awesome. I'm really excited.
So appreciate your time and your passion and your energy.
I can't say enough of what that means to me, really and truly. It's fantastic. Yeah. This money for this tuition to further my career, it's a door that's open that I'm not hesitating to go through. And it's how you grasp the bull by the horn. And I'm taking the bull by the horn down, baby.
Danny, it was an incredible experience working with you. It was a great day for me. I learned a lot. And I really believe this, and I know you taught it to me, that if people don't have the right tools, they can't do the right job. And what I want to do right away is ask you to make a list of everything you need to do an effective job. We all have budgets, so
Yeah,
you know,
I understand.
I want to make sure that we pay attention to that. Does that sound good?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm going to set up a regular meeting between management and our frontline tradespeople, yourself included, so that there can be a dialogue, and you can be in the room when we're making decisions and talking through the important things about the future of Northlands. So I hope from a professional perspective, you know I heard you, and that those are
Sounds like
the things that you feel good about. You know, there's a bit more, though. I'd like to do something special for you. Someday, you hope that you'd be able to see a Black Panther. Well, I'm going to make that happen for you, Danny. I want to give you 2 weeks paid vacation. We're going to buy you and your wife 2 round-trip airline tickets to India. And we're also going to give you $4,000 so that you can plan your own safari, and you and her can have an experience of a lifetime, because that's what you've given us with your dedication.
Wow. Unbelievable, really. It sounds really good to me. I don't know if I deserve it or not.
You're a special individual, Danny.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, you mean a lot to us.
I mean, I've never had anything given to me. I've never won anything in my life for that 25 years. This is definitely icing on the cake.
This experience, above all, has really confirmed for me that every single person shows up to make a difference. That's where the 1 and 1 is way more than 2. That was a great learning for me this week and a great reminder.